fentanyl or 2% fentanyl. It is Russian roulette every time. If you can't tell, it's difficult for me to even talk about. This is, like I said, it is one of the scariest things I have seen.
An EMT with nearly 3 decades of experience talks about the struggles and extreme danger that fentanyl poses during an outreach event for teenagers. She was one of several panelists who spoke during the Youth Summit Outreach, an event put on by SAFE. The mission is to share fentanyl prevention tips and resources to hundreds of high schoolers. Our Jordan Smith explains the faces of addiction may surprise you.
I first got involved with using fentanyl with my boyfriend when I was 17 in high school.
Sarah Knowles was like any other high school student. The sheriff's daughter grew up in a good home, surrounded with potential. One day, her boyfriend brought home a pill, changing everything.
I didn't have, the depression and anxiety that I had been feeling since middle school. And when it took that away, I realized that I just wanted to feel like that forever.
A high she kept chasing, which snowballed into a 3-year battle with addiction. A lot of people might have a preconceived notion of what addiction might look like or who an addict could be. And a main takeaway for these high schoolers during this presentation was that addiction is a disease that does not discriminate. Ultimately, Sarah survived her mistake, something not everyone can say. She joined SAFE, the nonprofit geared towards educating high schoolers about how dangerous this drug can be. Today's event, organized by 2 students whose lives have been altered by drugs.
We've had family and friends that have been affected by drugs, and we just really wanted to get involved. Yeah.
So today, Sarah shared her story. Also on the stage, an EMT with 27 years under her belt, a first responder in Philadelphia during the peak of heroin in the 90s, which she says doesn't even touch what fentanyl has become.
You don't know if you're getting 100% fentanyl or 2% fentanyl. It is Russian roulette every time.
The mission of today's event, to raise awareness about fentanyl to high school students and to provide resources for addiction prevention and support, something Sarah's dad, Sheriff Knowles, says is vital in this fight.
This is something that we have to work on both sides of this equation on if we're going to help this community dig its way out of this epidemic.
For 4 News Now, I'm Jordan Smith.